Hey guys, out here picking lonely pine needles, one of my secret honey hole picking spots. Why am I out here picking lonely pine needles today, February 18th, 2025? I'm out here picking lonely pine needles because I sold some today. What did I sell today? I sold one double 2 pound order. And that double 2 pound order was going to one person, and the gross amount was $138. And then I sold a 1 pound order, which is $41 gross, and another 1 pound order to another person, which was 41 gross. So the total amount I sold completely was 41, 41, 82, and 138, $220. 220 gross. And what's the net amount? What I made? Well, I make 27 a pound, so I made 27, 27, 54. And then for the 2 pound order, I make 45 and 45. I make a little less. So I made 90. 90 for the 2 pound order, and then 54 for the two 1 pound orders. So the total's 144 in my pocket. That's what I made in my pocket. And I sold these lonely pine needles between 12 o'clock last night and 7 o'clock in the morning. And I came out here picking today, and I've been out here picking for roughly, I'd say, close to 3.5 hours, definitely 3.5 hours. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I picked. What I picked today, I'm going to show you first what's in my hand. What's in my hand, this is roughly there's around 50 lonely pine needles per ounce times 8 is 400 lonely pine needles in my hand, which comes out to $13 and change in my pocket after they're sold, after paying everything. So this is $13.50, I'll say, right here in my hand. And they range in length between 13 inches and 20 inches. That's how I pick them. I try to pick long. The customers want long. They don't want them broken. They want them freshly picked. I pick them as they fall from the trees, and I pick fresh ones. And what these people do with them that buy them, they weave baskets, they weave wreaths that hang on a door, they weave all kinds of things with these, and they sell what they weave. If somebody buys a 1 pound order off of me, that 1 pound order, I give an additional 2 ounces, plus I might give an ounce or two extra on top of that. So the 1 pound order, let's say they're getting 19 ounces. Now that 1 pound order, they could make probably about 15 wreaths that hang on the door. And they could sell them wreaths for like $50 each. Or if they make them small, they could make more, and they could sell them for $30 each. So that 1 pound, they're going to definitely make, they're going to, after they pay for it and everything, and weave their, whatever they're weaving, they're going to make $500 or more for that 1 pound of lonely pine needles. And there are a lot of shops that make things and sell things. And the Native American Indians have been doing this for hundreds and hundreds of years. And the baskets the people weave, they weave patterns in them. They could weave a picture of a person in the basket, or the picture of a buffalo, or anything. They could weave a picture of something in the basket. They could weave patterns. They could weave mats that hang on the wall that look like artwork. The mat has a picture weaved into it, and it's made of the lonely pine needles. And people pay hundreds of dollars for this artwork. They buy it. It's art. It's like a painting. And also they make mats, placemats that you eat off of. They make mats, doormats that you put on the door. They make plant holders that hold the pot, and the pot hangs from the ceiling, and it's weaved. The thing that the pot's in is weaved out of these lonely pine needles, and all the way up to what it's hanging off of. And they weave all kinds of things with these lonely pine needles. And the wreaths they weave are for every holiday, not just Christmas and New Year's. They're for Easter, for Thanksgiving, for you name the holiday, and people hang a wreath on their door, and they'll put a decoration on that wreath to make it for that holiday. And they sell all kinds of things. They make so many different things with these. I couldn't even begin to tell you what they make with these lonely baskets. They make backpack things that hang on your back. I mean, all kinds of intricate stuff and artwork that people have all over the house, home decor. And what am I getting at here now? I'm going to show you what I sold. Let me show you let me show you what I picked today. Okay, I'm putting these in the bag, and now I'm going to show you the full amount, what's in this bag. What's in this bag, what do you think's in that bag? It's a lot. Believe me, it's a lot in that bag. It is definitely roughly around, it's a little shy of 6 pounds, but it's definitely right there. And I'm going to say it would be 5 pounds selling it, because I give extra. When I sell, I'll give an extra 2 ounce per pound. So, okay, it's 6 pounds, but it would sell as 5 pounds, because I give 18 ounces every time I sell a pound, and I might give a little extra on top of that. So this is 5 pounds worth. And this would be 40 times 5. This is 241 times 5. $205 worth of Longleaf pine needles right here. Definitely $205. And what would I make out of this? I would make 27 times 5 would be 25 times $135. 135, and because there is a lot extra here, I'll say it's 140. I'll make an even number. This is $140 worth of pine needles in that bag, and I spent a good 3 hours picking this. And I've been here probably 3.5 hours, but I was looking around searching for a good spot to pick, and then I picked, and I spent a good 3 solid hours picking this 5.5, almost 6 pounds worth of really about 6 pounds worth of pine needles. It's definitely there. It is definitely there. Because what I do is every time I pick a handful, that handful I pick, I'll know that's 8 ounces, and I'll count how many I put in a bag. And this bag here, I put 12 handfuls. Plus, I got a little extra to make sure. So I know this is 6 pounds in this bag. I know, but I'm saying it could be a little less, but it's right there. It's right, more than likely, it's right at 6 pounds. And what did I sell today? But I'll say it's 5 pounds, 14 ounces or something, maybe 2 ounces short, if that. It might not be. Now, what I sold today, I sold two 2-pound orders, which is 4 pounds, and then 2 separate 1-pound orders. Now, the 2-pound orders, I make 2 pounds, 3 ounces, 2 pounds, 3 ounces per order. So they're going to get 4 pounds, 6 ounces, the person that did the double order. The other people are going to get 18 ounces, so it's another 4 ounces on top of. So it's almost, yeah, so if you go another 4 ounces, then I give them each another ounce, another 6 ounces, and then with the double order there at 6 ounces, it's 12 ounces, it's almost a pound, it's a little short of a pound, so it's almost an extra pound. So what I sold today, when I say I sold 6 pounds, it's almost 7 pounds with the extra pine needles. So that's what I sold today. And what I picked here is about 6 pounds. Not quite, but almost 6 pounds. It's a lot of needles. All right, and I come out to this location, and I know the area. I'm here a lot. I come in here, I know where to pick. I'm walking around now, I'm just showing you. You can see the pine needles are very abundant on the ground, and usually my yard gets depleted fairly quickly, and when the wind blows and stuff, there's a fresh needle right here. When the wind blows, see, it's fresh, it's light brown. And look, guys, let me show you something. There's 2 fresh ones. Okay, I'm going to show you something with the needle, and I'm probably showing this. Every needle is 3 needles in one. There's like a bud on the end, and then this one needle is 3 needles. And they weave, people will weave with this, and they'll make the baskets. And this is a green one. The green ones they can't weave with because they shrink. These here, this is a branch that fell off the tree, but for me, they're too short. Now, somebody else would scuff these up and use them to weave with. But I like to pick 13 inches or longer. That's what my customers like. So I like to keep my customers happy. I have a large customer base. I sell over 100 pounds a month. I've been doing this for, oh boy, here's a really long green one. Look at that. That's nice. Okay. So I sell over 100 pounds a month. I sell about, it fluctuates. I might sell 20 pounds one week and 30 pounds the next, or I might sell 10 pounds one week, 40 the next. But it always comes out to 100 pounds a month or more, what I sell. And I'll make around 4,100 gross. But I don't get that in my pocket. What I'll get in my pocket is like 2,700 a month. That's if I sell 100 pounds. Now look, guys, I've been doing this 5 years. So because I've been doing this 5 years, I built up a large customer base. By the way, I'm here in South Carolina. And here in South Carolina, there's an abundant amount of these longleaf pine needle trees in my area. I have them in my front yard, I have them in my backyard, I have them in my side yard. But the thing is, where I live at, I could pretty much clean the area up, and then I have to wait a few days for them to fall. So I mean, I'll go in my front yard. I'll wait 4 days, 5 days, and then I'll go in my front yard and I'll pick like 5 pounds, and then I'll have to wait again for them to fall, drop in my front yard. I could go in my backyard, but I have a lot of pet dogs and stuff, so I try not to go in the backyard too much to pick them. But I also have a side yard where I'll go down and pick them sometimes, a couple of trees, and they'll drop an abundant amount of longleaf pine needles. They're older trees. And right here where I'm at, there's like 50 trees right where I'm standing, right here. And every tree is dropping them, and these things are like 5 or 6 inches deep. And what happens is they get raked up, they have to burn them, they have to get rid of them because they become a fire hazard. So actually, I'm helping when I pick them. And what I don't pick will just rot away in the ground. I'm not picking a lot. I mean, I'm walking out of here with maybe 5 pounds every other day, where one of these trees, one of these big trees could drop 10 pounds a week, you know. And you take 10 trees and they're all dropping 10 pounds a week. It's 100 pounds a week is getting dropped from 10 trees. I mean, falling on the ground. So it's an abundant amount of pine needles. And you see the branches? The branches will fall off and they have all these needles, but I can't use them. They're too short. So I'll leave them there and they'll just rot away or whatever, because I cannot use them. What I strive for is like this. This is long. Here's my shoe. My shoe is a size 13. And that needle is like 14 inches long. And that's what I strive to get is 13, 14, 15, 16, 20. I strive to get the long ones. I have no use for the short ones. My customers like the long ones, and that's why I have a large customer base, because I give them what they want. And I've been doing this, like I said, for 5 years. So when I first started doing this, I was only selling a pound a week, and then 2 pounds a week. And I was getting customers that were complaining about the needles, one thing or another. I wasn't really getting good customers, and it took time to build everything up. And then the next year, I was selling like, I don't know, 5 pounds a week. And then the following year, once I got selling 10 pounds a week, then it was taking off. Then it took off, and then 5 years fast forward, I'm doing 25 pounds a week average, 100 pounds a month. So I mean, even last year, it was kind of skipping. I would do 80 pounds one month, and then 120 the next. So last year, it averaged out to 100 pounds a month. Throughout the year, I sold 1,200 pounds of longleaf pine needles that I hand-picked. Now this year, I've gotten a little busier. So this year, I have a larger customer base. And I have customers that have left. They left the trade. They stopped doing it. They were older and they stopped. But then I have new customers that came and started doing it, started weaving. So, and I have a teacher that has a class and she teaches people how to weave. And she won't buy a lot. She'll buy like 5 pounds off of me. And then with that 5 pounds, she'll have a class of like maybe 10 people or something. And she'll teach them all how to weave. And I guess she charges them. She has to make money. It's not for free. And she teaches them how to weave. And then these people, she recommends them to me. And then I pick up her students and I get new customers. And her students, they start weaving and making baskets and weaving mats that hang on the wall and weaving designs like an artist. And they sell, some of these baskets sell for $200-$300. And her students they learn how to weave and they pay her a fee. I don't know how much the fee is. But then once they learn how to weave, they become my customers and they start weaving and they start selling and they sell online. And some people have stores where they sell in the store. And I have one customer in California that buys between 10 and 12 pounds a month. And I believe they have a store and a bunch of workers. Because there's no way one person's going to weave with 10 pounds a month. That's a lot of weaving. They would be doing it 24/7. So I have a feeling they have like a shop set up where there's a couple people doing it. And they pay them and then they sell. And they make good money. Maybe they're near an Indian reservation. Maybe they're near something where people look to buy this stuff. You know, because people go to certain places and they look for this stuff to buy it. They like it. It's, you know, it's artwork. And a lot of people will buy this stuff and they'll put it in their house in the decoration. They'll put it up on the mantle by the fireplace or whatever. Or they'll put a basket in the kitchen. They'll put apples in it. And what they do when they weave these baskets and they weave these things, they dip them in wax sometimes. Or they'll coat them where the needles will look like all shiny and new. And these needles will last for a long time. I mean, artifacts were found that were hundreds of years old that are in museums that were made by Indians. Artifacts, yes, that were weaved, baskets that were weaved, backpacks that were weaved, and they're in a museum. And they were made by Native American Indians hundreds of years ago. And a lot of people replicate the designs and stuff of the tribes. Certain tribes would weave certain things in certain baskets, and some people try to replicate it and they'll sell it and people will buy it because it's something to talk about, and they'll put it in their house up on the mantle, or they'll place it somewhere where people could see it and it's something to talk about. It's something to look at. It's artwork. It's like a painting. You know, it's like a piece of pottery that was sculptured, or something that was carved, or it's a piece of artwork. And you would be surprised. There's a big market in this. There's a very big market. A lot of people do this. And when I first started, I didn't realize it. And now I could see I'm selling 100 pounds a month. I know it's a big market. And I have a lot of competition. But the thing is, because I'm doing it so long, 5 years, I have a large customer base, people that just buy from me. And they're not going to buy from somebody else, because if something goes wrong with the order, if something gets lost in the mail or something happens, which once in a while stuff happens, I'll resend the order like that. And I'll send a priority. And they'll get it immediately. They'll get it within 3 days anywhere in the country. In the United States. And I have a good name. And not only do I sell these Longleaf pine needles, I sell books online. I sell vintage books. I sell on a website called Essie. E is in Eddie, T is in Tom, S is in Sam, Y is in Yarn. And it's a craft website. And I sell on that website. And I also sell my vintage books on that website. And the vintage books, I have a couple thousand of them I sell on that website. And they have to be over 20 years old to sell on the website. And I go to thrift stores and I buy the vintage books for $1 or $2, and I'll sell them for $50. I'll find books that are signed or very collectible books that are very rare, and I'll sell them. I'll make good money, and I've been doing this for a long time, and that's what I do. So, all right, guys, making money with Gary. I hope you enjoyed this video. Anybody could do this. Like I said, I'm in South Carolina. These grow in zones 7, 8, and 9. They grow in Florida. They grow up in Virginia. They grow out as far as Texas. I don't know how far north. They're mostly in the southern states. And I don't believe they grow in California. So, but if you're in any of these states, you could pick these and sell them and make money just like me. And you have to get out here and you have to start. And at first you're going to be slow. You're only going to pick a little bit a day. And then once you get fast like me, you'll be able to pick a few pounds in an hour or something. But it takes time. It took me a long time to get fast. And I'll grab them in a handful and slide them through one hand to the other. And there's a little more to it. You got to take them home. You got to soak them in the sink. A little soap, vinegar, and then put them in a secondary sink, let them dry out, and then put them out on a rack and let them drip dry. Cover them with a board so they don't blow away lengthwise. And then once they're dry, 24 hours later, take them and bundle them. You can put them in the house on a rack in front of a heater or something and let them dry. Just keep the heater far away. You don't want them going on fire. Or in front of a fan. You'll have to put something going across them, a broomstick or something to keep them from blowing away. And then once they're dry, you bundle them into 1 ounce bundles, 8 ounce bundles, and then you sell them. That's what I do. You put them online, and people will buy them over time. You'll build up a customer base. Takes time. Anybody could do this. I've been doing it. Check out my videos. Check out how I wash them. Check out how I bundle them. See how I pick them. I might have a video or two how I pick them. I slide them through one hand to the other. I have a good technique. It works good, and I make money, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I like doing it. I enjoy it. It's fun. I'm out in the woods. I'm my own boss. Nobody tells me what to do. But hey, don't quit your day job. It takes time to build up a customer base. If you're working a day job, work your day job. Keep building up your Social Security, build up your benefits, build up whatever it is you need to build up. But in the meantime, just do this on the side. Do this for an hour or two a day. Accumulate a bunch of them. They ain't going to go bad. Bundle them, tie them, put them in a bag, keep them in the back room, and then put them up for sale on the internet. And then just sit back. They'll sell. They will sell. And then just keep working, doing what you're doing. Eventually, you'll build up a customer base like me. Same thing with the books. I sell vintage books. Go out and look for books in thrift stores. Find books that are rare, collectible. Make sure you could sell them fast. See how they sell online. Buy them. Pay $1. Look for a book you're going to sell for $50. Buy it and sell it. You can do it. It takes time. You got to build up a store up or whatever it is you're going to need to build up to sell. You got to have a lot of items to sell. You can't have 1 or 2 items in a store. You got to have a couple hundred or more. All right, guys. Check out my videos, Making Money with Gary. I give a lot of good, clean advice. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. Here in South Carolina, I'm in Horse Creek Valley, South Carolina. All right. Over and out.